Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Autodromo Juan Galvez, whatever it is, Oscar E. Juan Galvez. That's what it's called. Where we have the Argentinian Grand Prix 2025 edition, of course, and we have a good race in store for you today. We'll go straight away through your grid, and at the back it's Franco Colapinto in 21st place. It's a shame for the home driver, the Argentine, the wild card right at the back of the grid today. It's his third start of the season, so I am quite surprised to see him this far back. But yeah, then in 20th it's Teo Porcher. Sauber, it's the man who finished third in the sprint yesterday after a great final lap. You should have seen it. But I mean, if you did see it, then yeah. If you haven't, check the sprint race out after this one or while you're watching it. But yeah, he's down in 20th place. Sauber have been good this weekend so far, so I'm surprised to see him down in 20th. He had a big crash, remember, in sprint qualifying on Friday. Drogovic in 19th for Sainz, in 18th, again another poor qualifying from him. Albon 17th, Gasly 16th, Doohan 15th. I think that's a definitely can say goodbye to his title hopes. Antonelli in 14th place. He won the race last time out, so it's a shame to see him quite far back. Vesti in 13th. He won the race before that, of course, driving for Mercedes. We've got Ocon, your sprint race winner, in 12th. Lawson 11th. Stroll 10th. Behrman in 9th. If he wants to try and salvage any sort of championship hopes, is doing well from 9th place. Then we've got Maloney in 8th. Norris, your championship leader, by 2 points in 7th place. Snowder's in a similar boat to Behrman, where he needs a decent result to stay in championship contention going into the final 3 rounds of the season. Leclerc in 5th place. Piastri in 4th. He's even further out than Behrman and Snowder. I think any chances of him doing anything are gone unless he wins one of the next 3 races. Russell in 3rd. He's the man in 2nd place in the championship. It is really him versus Lando Norris in this title fight. Max Verstappen in 2nd place, and of course Lewis Hamilton, your pole sitter. Can he finally win a Grand Prix for the first time since the 2023 French Grand Prix? We've got about a minute until the formation lap gets underway. Just a bit of breaking news that came out in the last few days. I don't actually mention it in either of the previous sessions. I don't know why. I completely forgot. But the sprint race in Brazil has been cancelled, unfortunately. It's just time constraints. It's going to be difficult, so this is the last sprint race of the season. Of course, we already had early on in the season the sprints at the British and New Zealand Grand Prix be cancelled. Of course, New Zealand's still to come, but those 2 are cancelled. Now I've had the 3rd cancellation of the sprint races. Unfortunately, it's a shame, but this had to be done. But yeah, I've already kind of mentioned title, how the title fight's going. Only 2 people scored points in championship contention at the previous Grand Prix, and that was Behrman and Piastri, both scoring a single point each, one for pole position and one for 10th place. So we'll see what happens here at Argentina. Hopefully it can be a better weekend for them all. But the formation lap will be getting underway shortly. Where is it? Here it is. Let's go. So anyway, let's get some track facts up for this circuit. Let's go then. So, Autodromo de Buenos Aires, Oscar Juan Galvez. Let's turn it down a bit because it's a little bit loud on my headset. It is Class D 45,000. FIA grade is 4. So, I don't know how it's only FIA grade 4, considering it was F1 only a few years ago. About 20 years ago. Anyway, yeah. Opened on the 9th of March 1952, so 73 years ago. Very old circuit, this one. Major events currently host the TC 2000 Championship from 1979 to 2010, 2014 and 2016 to present. Turismo Carretera 1952 to 55, 58 to 70, 74 to 79, 81 to 2014, 2017 to 2018, and 2020 to 2021, and 2023 to present. Turismo Nacional, say it right, thank you. 1963 to 1997, 2000 to 2003, 2017 and 2021 to present. And then Top Race V6, 1997 to 2000, 2002 to 2003, 2007 to 2011, 2017 and 2020 to present. And that's all the series that currently use it. There are other ones, I swear. Wait, no, they might. Yeah, okay, they didn't use it this year. Of course, it's hosting the Grand Prix Motorcycle Racing Argentine Grand Prix. It's been there before as well. 1961 to 63, 81 to 82, 87, 94 to 95, 98 to 99, and then it returns on a brand new layout. This has probably been one of the last major races to use this circuit. But in 2027, it'll be going back. It'll be a new, brand new circuit being built. And then Formula 1, of course, 1953 to 58, 60, 72 to 75, 77 to 81, and then 1995 to 1998. TCR South America in 2021, 2022, and 2024. Stock Car Pro Series 2005 to 2007, 2017, and 2023 and 2024. World Sports Car Championship 1954 to 58, 60, 71 to 72. And then the Buenos Aires Grand Prix, 1952, 55, 57 to 59, 64, 66, 68, 78, 83 to 80, no, 83, 85, 87, 89 to 99, 2001, 2006, 2008 to 2009. It's a 75 lap race. It is a 4.259 kilometers, 2.646 miles, 19 turns, and a lap record of the 127.981 from Gerhard Berger. This isn't the right layout anyway. Okay, why are people going weird on the grid? That's a bit strange, but the 5 lights will light up. Who'll get the better launch? It's the 2021 championship fight all over again on the front row. And it's lights out, and away they go. Who's going to get the best start? It's a good start from Hamilton, who immediately tries to cover off the Red Bull driver. And it's Hamilton who leads in the turn 1. Dave Maloney all over the place. There's a huge off there from Maloney. Don't hit Hamilton. He does hit Hamilton. And George Russell will take the lead of the Grand Prix. And Maloney's gone flying there. We'll get a replay of that, but it's an awful start from Lewis Hamilton. And George Russell down the inside. There goes Yuki Tsunoda up to 3rd place already. It's a brilliant start from the Japanese driver. Already side by side and already past his teammate. Hamilton down to P4 in a few corners. Dave Maloney, I think, got hit by Lando Norris there, so that's huge championship implications if it was Norris's fault there. But absolute drama going on, and it's George Russell, the perfect scenario for the British driver, and they're all over the place further back. Maloney's still going. He managed to keep going as they go back onto the sprint circuit that we used yesterday just a bit before we go through the hairpin of turn I don't even know, because I need to check, because that start was crazy. We'll get a replay, of course, as I said, shortly, but that was crazy. What happened there? As they go through the final corners, it's through toboggan towards Curva de Praga. That's the wrong layout. Where's the correct layout? Here's the correct layout, but that's still not the correct layout. I think I got the race. No, I got the circuit wrong when I was doing through corner facts. With Verstappen down inside on George Russell, and Verstappen takes the lead into turn 1. We will get replays, as I said, of that start at the end of this lap, I think. But I just want to try and see, kind of calm down this race a bit, because that was crazy what just happened there. Absolute drama at the start of this race. There we go. I finally got an actual track layout. As they go through, which is this turn 4, 5, and then through turn 6, curve on number 8. Down the back straight, it's Verstappen who leads George Russell. Hamilton's back up to 3rd, so he's got past Yuki Tsunoda. And also Verstappen has got past Tsunoda as well, obviously, because he's up into the lead. But, yeah, what happened at the start then? We'll get a quick replay on board Lando Norris, because I think it was one of the McLarens he made contact with. Let's go back a bit to the start. They were kind of just facing like weird directions. But Norris down in 7th place at the start immediately gets swarmed by Maloney, who just he just moves, and that's never going to work. And Hamilton is so lucky he did not have suspension damage there. He is so lucky. I mean, he might have a bit of suspension damage, but you got to ask, what is Zane Maloney doing there? Will he get a penalty for that, maybe? I'm not too sure, because his penalty is basically him at the back of the grid. But I think if he took Hamilton out there, he could have actually got a penalty. And he obviously thought he cleared Norris. And we'll go off board for one last look, and then we'll go back live. He just, yes, squeezes Norris. That's a very aggressive move from Maloney. And unfortunately, the man who was pole in the sprint race only a few weeks ago at Bahrain, we are way ahead. Hang on. He's actually up to 14th already. I think there's been an incident, you know. There has been, because who's that with no front wing? Is that George Russell? It is George Russell. And that is huge. He was just in 2nd place when he went away. What has happened? This is about 30 seconds ago. What has happened to the man 2nd in the championship? That is under investigation, by the way, between Norris and Maloney. But what has happened? There's been a huge off. He's gone off. Is he from P2? And it's his former teammate Lewis Hamilton maybe that spun him. It is! And he's gone round and into the gravel. But that's not what's caused the damage. What's caused the damage is he just done a complete unsafe release. He has! And Drogovic into the back of him. Maloney's there as well. And George Russell's race is over. Yeah, it is Drogovic. He's got no front wing now as well. And George Russell's race is ruined. Because that's going to do a whole lap without a rear wing. And he's probably going to end up a lap down. That is wild. Let's go on board with him. He just gets hit by Hamilton. We could see a penalty for the 7-time champion. Can't believe that. Just runned into the back of him. I think we could see a penalty for that. It is a really weird line from Russell, in all fairness. Anyway, let's go back live. Hamilton leads now, by the way. And that move is also under investigation between Hamilton and Russell for causing a collision. Verstappen down to second. Where is Russell? He's still in the pit, so he's going to end up a lap down, I think. Because Hamilton's going around the final corner now. And yeah, he's a lap down. As he's just leaving the pit lane. And George Russell's championship could be over. As Verstappen goes round the outside of Hamilton. As Maloney gets a 10-second time penalty. For that start line incident. To add insult to injury. That's a big penalty for the Barbadian. He's up to 14th though, so he has made up a few positions as he goes down the inside on Carlos Sainz. Has anyone else gone off? I think it's just Drogovic who had to pit as well. Or was Gasly had issues as well? He might have done. Yeah, I think Gasly's had to pit as well. Why has Gasly had to come into the pits? This was on lap 1 actually. Oh, he just drove right into the back of the Haas car. So we missed that one, but unfortunately Pierre Gasly has had an issue. And had to come in for a brand new front wing. But what have we seen so far at the start of this Argentinian Grand Prix? It is absolutely wild. But it's Verstappen who leads this race. And now Hamilton had the 10-second time penalty as well for causing a collision with George Russell. So, I mean, I think kind of justified as well. Two 10-second time penalties. Two 10-second time penalties already. They've been very harsh with penalties, I think. But sometimes you have to be harsh if they are dangerous driving. And Hamilton has driven right into the back of Russell and ruined his race and quite possibly his championship. So, yeah, I think that is deserved. And then of course Maloney is just a really aggressive squeeze on Norris that's caused him to spin across the track. So yeah, anyway, lap 6 of 75, and it's still Verstappen who leads as they go through the Entrada a los Mixtos, and then through 9, 10 and 11 Vivorita Ombu. I think I'm probably pronouncing that horribly. Turn 12, Cajon. And then they've got turn 13 and 14, the toboggan. F1 used to use the Senna S, or the S to Senna. But now it is the toboggan they use for this race. I'm not too sure why. I feel like it's... Maybe they would have been... I don't know. It's just a faster corner, really, the toboggan. If you see the two McLarens side by side further back. And I'm not sure if that Mercedes is Antonelli. It's Piastri gets in front of Norris. I think it is, yeah, it is Antonelli in the Mercedes with Hamilton trying to fight for the lead. They're side by side further back as well. Leclerc trying to get up to 6th place past Antonelli, which he does. Antonelli's had a brilliant start, by the way. It's lap 7. He started 14th. He's now in 6th. So it's a brilliant opening few laps for the Italian. Trying to win back-to-back after winning his first Grand Prix just a week ago at Mid-Ohio. Tsunoda back up to 2nd place as well, so he's got in front of his teammate. And this is a huge 18 points. Because where is Tsunoda at the moment in the champ? I need to remember that the sprint race happened as well yesterday. Well, coming into the weekend, Tsunoda was on 104 points. I don't know if he scored in the sprint or not. He might not have done. but he was still quite a long way back. I think Tsunoda, he's basically kind of out of it now, I think, unfortunately. And Behrman as well, he was leading the championship for so long, but it's just a poor string of results. Of course, he won the German Grand Prix only a few weeks ago, but apart from that, he's only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 point scoring races. So, no, 7 if you include last week. Well, yeah, 7, because why wouldn't you include last week? As Tsunoda actually takes the lead of the Argentinian Grand Prix. Past Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen now down the inside. And Verstappen is going to try it, and he's going to make the move done, I think. That'll be a brilliant move from the Dutchman, but no, he won't, because Hamilton fights back, and Hamilton stays in second place. But yeah, Behrman, he got third in Australia. We all thought that was a fluke, for a third in the sprint race as well. Then 11th at China, 6th in South Africa, and then a win in Italy. Then we also thought that was a fluke. And then no score in Spain, no score in Canada, 5th in Bulgaria, 3rd in Belgium. Belgium. And he was in the championship lead for all of this time. And then 16th in Czechia, 21st in Snetterton. And then, of course, the win at Sachsenring, and then an 18th at Bahrain as well. So it's been a very up and down season for Ollie Behrman. Down in 13th place currently, as Maloney's gone off again, I think. He has gone off. What's happened to Zane Maloney now? He's going through Cajon. He gets onto the curb and then spins around on the curb. Or will he have contact, maybe? Let's see. He goes onto the curb and then he has contact with the Williams there. Who was that? Was that Albon or Vesti? It might have been Vesti. Like, yeah, I think it was Vesti. Can you really blame that on Vesti, though? Because Maloney's gone off the track. I think that's more of an unsafe rejoin, to be honest, because he was off the track there. And you cannot do that. Okay, we actually are further back than I thought. Quick bit of fast forwarding. Almost there. And there we go. So Hamilton back into the lead now. What lap are we on? Lap 9. So it's quite a long lap. I mean, it's 1 minute 18 Hamilton's did. So they were doing like 1 minute 15 in qualifying. It's a little bit slower, but of course are very heavy on fuel. Tired. And it's only 6 o'clock. I don't know how I'm so tired. Well, just past 6. 6:15 now. Not really much racing on today. There was MotoGP ending their season at Valencia. Macau as well was this weekend. Sandown. Very good weekend. It's what's it called? Macau. I'm not going to spoil anything. Macau is always a great one though. And then of course he had World Supercross at Canada as well. And the Baja 1000. Next week, what have we got? Of course, the Brazilian Grand Prix. Unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier on, the sprint was cancelled. F1 Academy going to Las Vegas on the street circuit. That was meant to be built for F1, but F1 never ended up using it. We've also got Super Formula ending their season off at Suzuka. And I think that's it, really. Apart from Junior GP end off their season at Valencia as well. And the Porsche Endurance Series Brazil a week ago. Oh no, was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. They raced their Sprint and Carrera Cup final round of the season. And now they've got the Endurance Series, of course, at Sao Paulo again. The old F1 track. The same weekend that F1 go to Brazil. So, but yeah, that'll be a good one. Good one on the Saturday. Of course, it's also a 6 PM lights out for the Brazilian Grand Prix at the Curitiba circuit. I would say brand new, but it's an old circuit. Tsunoda goes wide there, contact with his teammate, and that's going to push him behind his championship rival, I think. Lando Norris. If that is, yeah, it is Norris. And Norris up to 3rd place now. But Tsunoda is going to try and fight back down the inside through turn 6. And I don't know if it works or not. It doesn't. And now Piastri is going to try and go around the outside through turn 7. He's going to be flat out. It'll be a daring move if he makes it work. And he does. I think he got him before the actual corner. Stroll's come out of nowhere as well, up to 6th place. I'm surprised about that. Anyway, keep a focus on the battle for the lead. There actually isn't really much on me. We've got F2 at Qatar. And Hamilton wide there. And that invite Norris up to 2nd place, I think, as we go through the toboggan. And Norris onto the grass. That could have ended really badly. A very sketchy corner, that. Surprised F1 allowed it to be used, to be fair, but okay. Is there 3 wide further back for 2nd place, and he will get that 2nd place. Will it be Hamilton? Will it be one of the McLarens? It's going to be Oscar Piastri in 2nd place, but Hamilton will fight back through turn 2, and then turn 3. Will he go around the outside? He will try it, but I don't think it will work out as Norris goes wide there, and Tsunoda, Leclerc, and Lance Stroll will get past, and I think Kimi Antonelli might as well. No, he won't, but Norris drops down to 7th place. With Antonelli right up his rear end as well, and he goes straight back down inside on Lance Stroll. He's already made up 1 position, and Leclerc as well, 2 into 1 from Lando Norris. That's a brilliant move to fight back after what just happened there. And now Piastri leads this. No, he doesn't. Verstappen's way in front. But Piastri in 2nd place. Hamilton tries it down the inside on Tsunoda, and will he get the move done? I think he will, up to 3rd place, and Hamilton's now back onto the podium. Remember, Hamilton has got a 10-second time penalty for spinning George Russell earlier on. Speaking of Russell, where is he currently? And Lawson's gone off as well, by the way. So we'll see what happens to him. Russell is right behind. Who is that? Is they Maloney or Pourchaire? No, Maloney's a bit further back, of course. He went off earlier on his own. He's just behind Pourchaire. So Russell is a lap down to pretty much the whole field. What happened to Liam Lawson then? Because the Kiwi has been doing quite well recently, so it's a shame to see him quite far back. And did he spin someone there? He spun Antonelli. No, that's George Russell again, I think, actually. It is George Russell. So Russell has been spun for the 2nd time at that corner. And could we see a penalty there for Liam Lawson? I mean, the front wing damage is the penalty in itself. And being a lap down doesn't make a difference. It's a weird line again from George Russell. And he's a lap down, but yeah, Lawson does just move him out the way. Doesn't really help him, because he has got the damage now. But still, he'll get the penalty, I think. And I'm assuming it'll be the same penalty as Hamilton got for that. So, I think Liam Lawson is already under investigation for causing a collision. So, we'll see what happens there in terms of penalties. Anyway, it's still Verstappen who leads this race from Oscar Piastri. He's still got the gap. It's not really that big of a gap anymore. Is closing in a bit as we start lap 13. Maybe lap 14 actually, I think. Yes, it will. As I was saying before all that stuff happened, F2 I'm just going to go through what we still got on. F2 in Qatar, the weekend we have an off week. Adelaide, the final round of the Supercar Series. That'll be a good race to watch. And we also got Rally Saudi Arabia for the final round of the WRC. Anything else on the Saturday? No, I don't think so. Very boring. Oh no, World Supercross for the Australian Grand Prix. Where is it? Queensland. But yeah, I think that's it. But then we've got F2 Abu Dhabi as well. Formula E starts their season. The weekend we go to New Zealand. They're in Sao Paulo. That's why Drogovic and Maloney will be missing that round. 12 hours for Sepang. That's on as well on the 6th. So as I mentioned, F2 in Abu Dhabi. Supercross go to the Swedish Grand Prix. Gateway Dirt Nationals as well. If you're into dirt racing, that'll be a good one. And also got the Snowball Derby that weekend as well. For you short track lovers. Well, it's not really short track, it's more not modified, what's it? What do they call them? Late models, I think. But yeah, of course, the New Zealand Grand Prix I already mentioned. And the final round of the F1 Fantasy season on the 13th is a Saturday night race at Sydney Motorsport Park, as well as World Supercross in South Africa, Golf 12 hours, Asian Le Mans Series at Sepang for the 2 4-hour races, and yeah, it should be a very good end to the season as Piastri takes the lead of the race past Verstappen. I should probably focus on the race, on this race. and not other races. And Verstappen's going to fight back round the outside through turn 5 and turn 6. But Piastri, sorry, will have the inside line, but Verstappen will still try it, and Verstappen will almost take the lead of the race, but it's not quite going to happen as Norris is now back up to this fight for the lead. He'll go down inside of Yuki Tsunoda through turn 7, flat out, foot to the floor. Got a break in time for this next hairpin. And now they're still side by side for the lead. Piastri versus Verstappen. Piastri's got a bit of an end plate damage, if you could see on the left hand side. But Piastri will keep the lead of the race. And what battling we've got here so far is now the Red Bull side by side. A little bit of a touch there. And now Norris will try and get past Yuki Tsunoda. And he does get past Tsunoda as we go through the chicane. Through toboggan. And also a huge mistake there. Almost went off, did Lewis Hamilton. As now Zayn Maloney's gone off again, by the way. Or did he pit? I'm not too sure. But he's now behind even Liam Lawson. So we'll see what happened to Maloney now. Let's get a quick reaction because there might be a battle going on for the lead. Doesn't look like it just yet. So it's currently Piastri leading. What happened to Maloney? No, he's not in the pit. I thought that was the pit lane. But he might have had to pit for damage. Let's see. He's already down in 17th place. So, what happened? Here it is here. Russell spun for the 3rd time. And Maloney just drives into him. Arca brakes. And I'm assuming he had to pay for front wing damage. I don't see any damage, but... hang on, let's see what happened to Russell first. Because Russell spun for the 3rd time this race. 10-second time penalty, by the way, for Liam Lawson. Wait, no, sorry, 5-second time. No, it is a 10. Yeah, it is a 10-second for Liam Lawson for causing that collision with George Russell and spinning him for a 2nd time and ruining his race even more. And I think the front wing damage doesn't help Lawson, but is it a contact with Paul Chair? No, he just outbrakes himself, goes onto the grass, and gets spun round himself, and then George Maloney just drives into him, tying insult to injury. But it's a shame for George Russell. His race goes from... Russell's race is over, I think. And it's 2 points the gap was between him and Lando Norris going into this. We've got Norris fighting for the lead. And we have... Russell right at the back. It's a huge shame for George Russell. Hopefully, I mean, he wants to hope that Norris has issues as well. I think that's the best case scenario for George Russell. As Verstappen back into lead of the race, I thought something would happen while I'm gone. Anyone else have issues? No, not that I know of. Colapinto, yeah, he's at the back, all fine. So Verstappen who leads from Oscar Piastri. Lap 17 of 75. It's going to be one of the longer races of the season. I don't think it will reach the 2-hour mark. I mean, it shouldn't do. Unless we get a few safety cars. But, yeah. Verstappen in first place. Will Piastri try and dive one down inside? Or Norris go down inside on his teammate? He's going to try it. I thought he was going to have a nose in there. But Piastri is still going to try and get past Verstappen and take the lead of the race. It's not going to work out though. And Verstappen will hold it, or will he? Piastri go around the outside. And Piastri will take the lead of this race. And Piastri hasn't won since when? Yes, has he won this year actually, Oscar Piastri? Yeah, he won at South Africa, of course. That last lap move on Hamilton. But Piastri now have a huge lead over Norris. Now Verstappen in third. Hamilton. Then that's Charles Leclerc trying to get past George. For goodness sake, Max Verstappen. Stroll as well out of nowhere. It's his first properly decent race, I think, since Czechia. But he's now up to 4th place. Doing really well for Aston Martin. The man whose seat is under pressure for next year. Both Aston Martins looking like they could have a completely different driver lineup this year. Of course, links with Drogovic going to Cadillac. And then Sainz to Williams replacing Vesti. Vesti to Cadillac as well. And then I think Audi also looking like they could have a brand new lineup. Not sure who will replace. Maybe Jack Crawford will replace Stroll. Actually, that could be maybe a possibility. But then he needs another driver as well. Like maybe George Russell could have no. Yeah, and then RB needs some new drivers. With if Sainz goes to Williams, so Sainz has been poor this year, so we'll see. We also have got Isaac Hadjar, their current reserve driver, doing well. I think Aimu Iwasa has to wave an F1 chance goodbye. Of course, he's Super Formula now, so yeah, I don't think Iwasa will get a chance. Hadjar though, he could do anything. You never know. And then Salbo becoming Audi could have something. Of course, we have got Bortoleto, their reserve driver. He's done a few races so far this year, so he could. I mean, he's been poor though this year, so you never know. But yes, he's been kind of unlucky. He did get pole, remember, in Australia. You have got to remember that. As they go through Cajon, and it's Piastri with his teammate just behind. So they go through Toboggan once more, and they'll start lap 20. And they go through the final few corners with a great finish yesterday in the sprint race. So will we have a similar end to this one maybe? Who knows? It's Norris will get in front of Verstappen. Or no, is Verstappen going to try and get past Norris actually? No, he's not. And now Norris will try and go for the lead of the race. So from almost being overtaken to being the overtaker. And Norris will try and get past his teammate. Round the outside through turn 4. And is it going to work out? Sorry, turn 3. Yes, it will. They're still side by side, and Piastri versus Norris, Papaya rules, and Norris leads. And this is the worst current scenario for George Russell, who finds himself right at the back with his championship rival, gaining 25 points, and he's going to be 27 points going into Brazil as it stands. But we've still got 55 laps to go, so anything can happen, remember. Stroll trying to get past his teammate as well. His teammate Norris. I mean, no, it's Piastri, of course, you absolute idiot. And always heard contact there, I think, further back. Who is that? I'm not too sure, but I heard something in my ear. And oh, two Ferraris side by side there, that could have ended sketchy. And where are the two Ferraris? There's a huge spin for Antonelli there. And what's going on further back? Antonelli's off. There's a Haas out front wing. That's all Esteban Ocon. And there's drama going through the final corner. I saw something happen. What's going on here? The safety car's been called out. Absolute madness currently. What was that all about? What happened there? That was weird. Who's got damage? Colapinto, no, Colapinto hasn't got a front wing. That's the home driver with damage. Antonelli's somehow fine. Pourchaire's fine. Gasly's fine. Lawson's caught up for everyone. Someone else had damage though, I think. It was Esteban Ocon, yeah, in 12th place. The safety car has been called, so come the end of this lap, we will see the safety car meet Verstappen. This is going to be a tense fight then, towards the line, because at the end of this lap, they'll have to slow down. I don't know why the safety car has been called, because everyone's fine now. We've got some people with damage, but the safety car, as you can see, those flashing boards, is out. I think it's quite nice how the flag boards are actually the brake markers. I think that's quite a cool thing. Maybe other tracks should take that into consideration, maybe. But as they go through the final corner, and it will be Verstappen who leads them as they meet the safety car, with Norris in 2nd place and Piastri in 3rd. And is that Oliver Behrman in 5th place? It is Oliver Behrman in 5th place. That is some brilliant racing from him to get up there. That's really good for his championship. It's only 10 points, but it's 10 important points as they finally meet the safety car. And oh no, don't tell me Colapinto's had an issue. Colapinto has had an issue, and that's the wildcard driver crashed out. And his home Grand Prix. What has happened to him? That's a crash on the safety car as Gasly's got front wing damage. That is a crash on the safety car for Colapinto. George Russell's had to pit again. Ah, Colapinto's out the race. What happened to him then? And it was this race that they put him out of the German Grand Prix for him to be able to actually, and the Bahrain Grand Prix actually, for him to be able to race this year. So it's a huge shame. And what happened is he has got front wing damage, And Gasly just drove into the back of him. That was weird. I mean, I don't know. He's probably coming to the pit, so we don't want to slow down to make the corner, to make the pit lane, and then just gets absolutely smacked by Pierre Gasly. And I told you that corner could cause issues. And I think Gasly had his front wing underneath him, which is why he was having issues there. And he's just, Gasly, what are you doing, man? That can be a penalty for him as well, I think. But why is the safety car actually out then? What happened to Antonelli? Here it is. What happened here? He obviously had some sort of an issue. Oh, he's got the Haas trying to get past him. The Ferraris are messing up, and he just spins the car and kind of does what Leclerc almost did in the sprint race. And everyone just drives into him. It's a rookie mistake from the rookie who won last time out. And he's off a lot, and then Ocon breaks his front wing, and then it's just pandemonium, really. And Russell broke his front wing in that as well, so it's another issue for George Russell. He just can't catch a break this race. He cannot catch a break. Anyway, let's go back live. We are live now. Is a safety car coming in this lap? It is. I can't see. The lights are off, so we will see the safety car in this lap. I'm going to go for a quick break. Wait, are they on? They might be on, actually. I'm going to go for a quick break anyway, and then we'll see what happens. If it's not coming in, then I'll come back. But if not, we will see. Looking at it now, I do think the safety car lights are off, so I would assume it's coming in this lap. What? Is George Russell a lap down still? Yeah, unfortunately he is. I think his race is ruined. Of course, lap cars can't overtake the safety car anymore. And the safety car, I think, will be peeling in this lap, and it does, so we will have a restart now. Quite a short safety car, but I'm not surprised, considering there was... I mean, if you had a safety car, move the front wing that's in the track then, honestly. So Verstappen, when will he get the green light and go? He's leaving it very late indeed. Now he goes, and we are green in Argentina. And immediately Piastri, well, one of the McLarens is Norris, will try and go down inside of the very poor restart from Verstappen, who goes wide into one. Now Piastri's going to try and fight into turn 2 as well. And I don't think he will get it though. No, Piastri stays in third place. Oh, hits the back of Verstappen there. Just Oscar Piastri. Now Verstappen will fight back and try and get into the lead of the race, and he does. 10-second time penalty for Gasly for causing a collision. That's the theme of this race so far. A lot of 10-second time penalties. And now Norris into the lead, and slow to try and get past Verstappen as well. It's been an awful restart from the Dutchman. But no, he fights back into second place, and he does get second place. But it is Norris who leads from Verstappen. But they're so at it, going through the hairpin now of turn 8. It is turn 8 through 9, 10 and 11, the snake section of this track, through Cajon, and it's a McLaren 1-2 currently with Red Bull 3 and 4, and then who's that? It's Behrman in 5th place. He's still there. Stroll in 6th place, But I mean, Norris is still gaining 15 points over Behrman, 7 over his teammate, and Norris just can't be stopped at the moment. That is one lap done. As we go into turn 1. Not really many fights at the moment. And all of this, Aston Martin there, a huge one, but that would have been Lance Stroll. Is Charles Leclerc tries to get past him. Hamilton's in 6th place, so he's still up there, of course. Still hasn't served that penalty. Probably will see pit stops around lap 40-ish, I'd say. Maybe. Is Stroll does say in front. Who's that has gone off there? Is it Zane Maloney again? Or is it Pourchaire? It's Zane Maloney again. He was not having a very good race so far today. He qualified so well earlier on this morning. But it's just been, like, since not even turn 1. He spun before turn 1. And he has still got that 10th day. No, he would have served that penalty, actually, when he pitted after hitting Russell. So Maloney's been the first person to actually serve a penalty so far this race. So we've still got Lawson, Gasly, and Hamilton with 10 seconds as well. I think that's it. I'll have to write this down, actually. I've not got a clue who's got what. But this has been a recap, basically. Then Maloney got a 10-second penalty for spinning Norris into turn 1. Oh, no, for an over-aggressive squeeze on Norris into turn 1 that almost took Pulsar to Hamilton out and sent him right at the back of the grid. And then Hamilton's 10-second was for spinning George Russell. Gasly's was for spinning Gasly's was for punting Colapinto. And then Lawson was for spinning George Russell as well. So Russell not having a great race. That's 4 different incidents so far for George Russell. Spun by Hamilton, spun by Lawson, spun himself, then lost his front wing in that melee that caused the safety car. Anyway, hang on. Where's Lando Norris? And what's happened to Ocon? Nothing. He's just like actually doing some overtakes. No, sorry, Oscar Piastri down to 6th place. And now getting overtaken by Hamilton. Oh yeah, Hamilton getting past him through the S's. And through Cajon, it's Norris who leads, but Verstappen's right behind him as they go towards Toboggan. Down the hill once more. Doing well up to 8th place. As Lawson in 9th place says, oh, what's going on? There's a huge crash! And that's Gasly out of the race now as well. And who was that driven to the second? I think that was Kimi Antonelli. And Gasly's now out of this race. That won't be the 10-second penalty being served by him. But what happened there? As people started to come into the pits, I think. Very early pit stops being seen, if that was the case. And then there's a Haas car in the pits. It's Esteban Ocon. And that's not for damage. We've already seen him pit once this race of front wing damage. So what's happened to him? But more importantly, Pierre Gasly is out of this race. And that's a second retirement and a second crash at that corner. And he's the one that actually took Colapinto out for the first one. So one could say karma. But Kimi Antonelli has lost his front wing. I think anyway. He's right at the back of the pack. I'm assuming. Again, we'll take a penalty for that. But we'll have to see what happened to him. Let's see. Already under investigation. Gasly trying to get past the Williams. And, oh, he's just unsighted Antonelli. I mean, not really unsighted. We'll go on board with him. I mean, we are on board with him. Can we go driver's eye? Yeah, driver's eye with Anthony. I want to see what happened to him. Like, what was his... Can you actually see Gasly? Grass is kicked up and then Gasly just appears in front of him. I don't know, actually. I think that's more just an unfortunate coming together. Anyway, let's just see it one more time. I think that's just... I don't think you can actually pin that Antonelli for once. I mean, we did see Gasly getting a penalty for a similar incident with Colapinto. I don't think Antonelli will get a penalty for that. I think, if anything, the front wing damages it. And I don't think he should be getting any more penalties. Antonelli's race is ruined. As he comes into the pits to repair that front wing. Will he be a lap down? Where's Max Verstappen? No, I don't think he'll be a lap down. He should be fine, hopefully. But on lap 28. Not quite halfway yet. Someone's at the door. So I'm going to quickly check on that. And then I'll see you in a second. Mind? Someone else has got the door. But yeah, still Verstappen who leads. I'm not gonna stop commentating, but I need to like calm down a bit because my throat's gonna start getting weird. Yeah, not too bad from Verstappen. Norris, sorry, in second place. Leclerc, is that in third, or is it still Lewis Hamilton? It is Lewis Hamilton, the man that could be getting dropped, or could be potentially retiring at the end of the year. He's not doing too badly. As Norris goes round the outside of Verstappen, he takes the lead of the race. I mean, we see lead changes so much in Formula 1 now that it's can't really get excited for them. Like, Norris, well, sorry about that, Norris will probably lose the lead in about a lap's time. It's Piastri trying to get past Behrman and Verstappen. He's only going to make one of the moves, though. But Hamilton now up to second place as well. And yeah, no further investigation between Antonelli and Gasly for causing a collision. I think that's fair enough. Like, I don't know. Gasly will say that like that's what he did to call up. I mean, Gasly can't even serve a penalty now, so it's not really matter for him, does it? But that's Mr. Consistent out of the race. He's been so consistent so far this season. Unfortunately, it will be a no score for him today. George Russell, the man that won last time F1 came to Argentina at the Anadara circuit in 2023. I would love for F1 to go back to there one day. Of course, that race wasn't broadcast, so we never actually got to see what it was like. But someone get that mod to R Factor. As Leclerc trying to get past Lando Norris. Hamilton, sorry, trying to take the lead of the race. He hasn't led actually since turn 1, I don't think. Unless I'm being stupid. He lost lead, of course, going into turn 1 when Maloney clobbered him. He had a very good start. Did the Ferrari driver. Now, I'm trying to think, whose pole lap did we watch yesterday? I mean, this morning for the live highlights. I don't remember it being Hamilton. It might have been, I don't know. Actually, Hamilton's got end plate damage as well on the right side of the front wing. So he's obviously had some sort of maybe that could have actually been to do with Maloney. It's the same part of the car or same side of the car that got hit, so could possibly have been that. As they go down to Bogan. And Behrman trying to get past Verstappen now into third place. He needs this third place. Does Behrman? He needs a result today, to be fair, to have any chance going into the final 3 rounds. I think if he doesn't get a result, then it could be wraps for his season, to be honest. But who knows? Who knows? Let me get the calc up quickly. I want to just check something. 70, no. And there's Piastri now getting past Verstappen. Verstappen's down to 5th place. But might be 4th place. He'll try and go around the outside of Piastri, and he does get it done. And that could be that bit of end plate damage hindering. Because Piastri, he had a big wobble there, going out at 6. What were they going to do? 75 times 9.9, 67.5. I'm just seeing what the cut-off is for being classified. It probably won't matter, but it's been a bit of a kind of crusty race so far. We haven't had a DNF since when? I can't remember the last time we had a DNF, you know. Did we have one in Sachsenring? I don't think we even had one then. Let's have a quick look. When was the last time a driver retired from a Grand Prix? It was Snetterton. And that was Porcher and Lawson. We've had 3 races in a row with no DNF, so this is the first one since the British Grand Prix in September. So we know that was October, wasn't it? I can't remember. Might have been end of September. But Behrman all over the back of the man he could be replacing. These two have had their wars so far this season, including in Italy. It's Behrman into second place now, and he's going to try and fight down Lando Norris. And Behrman is flying in Argentina. Quick drink. Lovely. Water, kids, stay hydrated. Stroll all over the back of Verstappen now. No, I thought Hamilton had no front wing there, and I remembered that he has the end plate damage. Leclerc's had a very weird season so far. He's been very up and down, but still yet to win a Grand Prix. He's even had a podium so far this year. It's definitely been a disappointing year for the 2023 World Champion. Charles Leclerc has not had a podium yet this year. That is wild. I'm very surprised about that. Very surprised indeed. It's Behrman. He's going to have to try and hold off Hamilton here, who dives down the inside through turn 1. And Hamilton will get back to second place, and I think he's going to try lunge for the lead of the race, actually. Down inside on Lando Norris. Is it going to work out? He'll have the outside for turn 4. He goes onto the grass, he goes a bit wide there, and that'll invite Behrman and Verstappen, who are already making a move. And I think Verstappen will get past both of them and up to second place. And there's contact, and Behrman gets to second place now. But no, he won't, because Verstappen fights back. Hamilton's going to get overtaken by Lance Stroll, and now Charles Leclerc's right up his rear end. But Hamilton will try and lunge, no he won't, and Hamilton's down to 5th place after going onto the grass, and Verstappen's up to 2nd place, Stroll in 4th, Behrman 3rd, still led by Lando Norris though. Absolute, I love this series, it's a very good one to watch. It would be nice if it was easy to commentate on, but oh well. I still think we should have the Grand Prix on the layout we had yesterday, but oh well. So Maloney gets up to 14th place. And Vesti passed Sainz as well. Sainz got an issue. Maybe. Or is Sainz just slow? Sainz is in fact just slow. And where's Antonelli currently? He's still a long way back. Oh, actually, is he a long way back? A little bit. Russell is there. Where's Sonoda gone, actually? I forgot about him. He's in 10th. So actually, that's doing an 8th, Lawson 9th. Lawson's doing well. Remember, he has got that 10-second time penalty for spinning the man that's currently right behind him. This Maloney's doing well up to 12th place now. So he is a man on a mission. Because he has been really rapid for a few races now. It's a shame that we might be losing him come next year. It's Behrman into 2nd place now, past Lando Norris. Verstappen leads. So what's happened here? While I've been watching cars a bit further back, Verstappen leads from Behrman and Lando Norris. So I told you that lead wouldn't last long for Norris. As Stroll getting to 4th place as well. I think he was already in 4th to be fair. As Hamilton got right behind him. Down inside through Calhoun, and it will not work out. Hamilton still stayed behind the Aston Martin. It's Piastri versus Leclerc further back as well. I'm going to go for a quick break, and I'll see you at the end of this lap. Welcome back to Argentina, where we see Behrman leading at one point, and now Verstappen back into the lead with Lando Norris just behind him, and these three have massively cut away from the rest of the pack. It's Verstappen now down the inside on Behrman as well up to Norris down the inside of the 2nd place. I thought it was a Red Bull for some reason, but it is the McLaren. Who's in 4th place? It's still Lance Stroll. It is still Lance Stroll from the 2 Ferraris, and then Doohan. Where's Oscar Piastri gone? 9th place. He has fallen off a little bit. Snowden in 10th, fighting Teo Pourchaire. Piastri's fallen behind Lawson and Doohan. So the Aussie and the Kiwi to have their home Grand Prix for the final rounds. I'm really looking forward, by the way. Shane van Gisbergen returning to Formula 1 for the first time since when was it? Can't even remember. Driving the 97. It was going to be 88. I think they're going to change it to 97. Of course, he has got the 97 for Trackhouse next year, going back to the number that he's always used in the supercar days. And then Rafa Kamara, the wild card next week as well. That should be a good one. The reigning F3 world champion going into F2 next year with Invicta. It's only the third time I've seen an F3 driver from this year go into wildcard. Of course, Nikola Solov, the man that wildcarded for VCARB in the Bulgarian Grand Prix, the Bulgarian driver will race for Campos in the final 2 rounds of the season, replacing Pepe Marti, who goes to Formula E for Kiro. Of course, Marti as well as wildcarded this year at the Spanish Grand Prix. What was I going to say? I was going to mention something, but I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, the wildcard for Australia, Sydney Supernight. We still don't really know, actually. Of course, Aston Martin said they'll confirm that when they know who wins the Supercar Championship. Of course, they have got a little deal with the Supercars that whoever wins the championship has the opportunity to wildcard for the Sydney Supernight just 2 weeks afterwards. That would be a good one to watch out for. Of course, they've still got 2 rounds. They've got Sandown next week, as I've already mentioned. Then Adelaide 2 weeks after. Is it 2 weeks or 1 week after? No, Sandown was this weekend, sorry, of course. What am I on about? And then in 2 weeks' time, it's the BP Grand Final in Adelaide. 3 races to decide the champion, of course, in the NASCAR playoff format. Do I like it? No, but it's not the end of the world, I guess. But of course, NASCAR playoffs causing robberies was it last week? 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago with Zilich and Hamlin both being fundamentally robbed of championships. Corey Heim, at least he got one that he deserved. Hopefully Zilich can try and wildcard a race next year, but he's got such a busy schedule of NASCAR, so we'll have to see what happens. Maybe we'll get the oval race at Texas if that's not on NASCAR. I don't think that is on the NASCAR weekend, but I feel like that probably goes to an IndyCar driver. But we'll see. I mean, he is a king on the road courses as well as Conor Zilich, so you never know. Definitely the best talent to come out of NASCAR in a long, long time. And if he stays in the NASCAR scene, he'll have a lot of championships, I think. As long as they get rid of that stupid playoff format. I wasn't actually that against it until I saw this year, and then I watched. I mean, I was kind of against it last year when Logano won it, but then I saw a video saying worst champions of that era, so that made me realise how bad it was the whole time. With Bush literally winning a championship despite missing half the season for a broken leg. But Norris back into the lead of the race, Verstappen down to 2nd place, Bergman still 3rd as Stroll trying to get past the English driver, but Bergman is going to get straight back past Max Verstappen up to 2nd place, so all works out fine for Ollie Behrman. As Ferrari's got past him as well, as Maloney's gone off again, has he? Down to 18th place? I think he has. Oh well, not the first time, won't be the last time probably. And it's Hamilton that's got in front of Stroll. And Leclerc as well, as Doohan now trying to get past the Canadian. Stroll dropping down a little bit, maybe tyre wear starting to kick in. We are now over half race distance. So who knows what will happen. So when will we see pit stops? I feel like half of 75 is 35 and a half. No, not 35 and a half. 32. Is it 32 and a half? No, definitely not 32 and a half. If half of 70 is 35, why? Oh, idiot. I think it's 38 and a half. It might end up being maybe a few laps time as Behrman's trying to fight for the lead.
I think it'll be a few laps time until we see pit stops. Hopefully, and if you remember the Belgian Grand Prix, it was a mess for pit lane incidents. I have a feeling we're going to see the same thing at this race. I just have a really bad feeling because we saw that pit lane having issues, and we've already seen 2 incidents with this pit lane causing issues, with people having to slow down through the final top corners, people not noticing, and driving into the back of them. It's happened with Colapinto, and it's happened with Pierre Gasly, so hopefully nothing bad happens, but we'll have to see. Yeah, it was all a Ferrari there with it horrible. Almost 7 o'clock now in UK. I don't know why I'm so tired if it's only 7, but I mean, I was out today, so yeah, doing a bit of county championships. There's Behrman now trying to get back to the lead of the race past Lando Norris. If only Behrman was so much closer in the points and haven't had some poor string of races recently, he actually could have been doing quite well in the championship, but unfortunately he's a bit far back. As for Verstappen, now trying to get back past him as well, and he does. As he crashed his car into a bridge and he let it burn. Did Behrman... No, I'm joking. Where did I get that from? Child XCX. Verstappen, I don't care. I love it. It's great racing. Verstappen on a different road at this point, in the Milky Way. Okay, I need to stop quoting Child XCX lyrics. I don't know, I thought I got it on in my AirPods. Verstappen, is he going to go down inside through toboggan, or will Behrman try and go around the outside through toboggan? Nothing will happen. All Behrman trying to get past. That's a brilliant move up to second place. What a move from Ollie Behrman. As the Ferrari is going at it with each other as well. It's been a while since both of them have been up near the front. As Stroll trying to get involved as well. Lap 42 and we're still this close. I've had a safety car, but it would have been like that anyway, I think. Like, it's just so good how close this series is racing wise. It's like a mix between Formula E and junior motorbike championships. I feel like it's just a great slipstream. The car has the slipstream really well. I think that's definitely to do with something. Of course, with no DRS as well, you'd be surprised that they're so close to each other. DRS leaving us at the end of this year, but I don't think any circuits, Curitiba hasn't got DRS. I don't think Highlands has DRS, and I don't think Sydney has DRS. So, unfortunately, I think Bahrain was the last one in DRS we get to see. They go through the hairpin. Verstappen trying to get back past Behrman through 8, 9 and 10 and 11. And then turn 12, Cajon and Hamilton round the outside through Verstappen as Hamilton goes wide onto the grass. And that won't help him much. And I think now we'll try and invite Charles Leclerc to get back past, to get finally in front of him. And he does. The Ferrari going side by side. It's not the first time that's happened. Last time that happened, it caused Antonelli to spin into the hairpin. And on this time, thankfully, everyone's okay. But Hamilton stays in front of Charles Leclerc yet again. And Lance Stroll will have to watch and hope he doesn't get crashed into them or get overtaken by Liam Lawson, as Behrman will go round the outside of Lando Norris. He almost lets him by, does Norris. And Behrman back into the lead of this race. As Verstappen as well trying to get past Lando Norris. And now Verstappen's in second place, and there's a 10-point gap currently between Behrman and Norris. So that's 10 points Behrman is gaining on the Brit. So what the gap means for the championship, I have no idea. But I think, and I thought Lawson went off the track there. He got in front of Charles Leclerc. And where are they going? There's a huge gap now between the two packs. You know what, let's watch this battle. This looks a lot better than the current battle we're watching. Before to share, he was trying to get past Drogovic. He got George Russell a lap down as well. Drogovic, or is it Stroll? I think it's Lance Stroll actually. Yeah, it is Lance Stroll. There's Porter up to 8th place now. The man that started in 20th place up to P8. Of course, he had some offs, but it's a very good drive. I think both Sauber have been very good so far this race, apart from Maloney's off-track antics. And Porsche was off the track a lot yesterday, so Sauber just pushing quite a bit. As all, Piastri came into the pits, and he's come in and out, and he's into 7th place. I mean, he's not a lap down, is he? Piastri is a lap down. What happened to him? That is, his championship surely over now. It's Oscar Piastri found himself a lap down. And Vettel's got no front wing as well, so something's happened. His car has slightly got an issue. No, I don't know what's happened, but something has. And this is huge drama as Norris back into the lead of the race. Behrman getting overtaken by Verstappen as well. We'll see what happened to Piastri and Vesti in a bit. But just mind-blowing. As I think have Verstappen down inside into turn 8. If he can get the move done, this isn't really the best thing to watch. As Oscar Piastri gets past Jack Doohan and unlaps himself from him at least. And what's going on in the front? It's Norris who leads Verstappen, who leads Behrman. Hamilton in 4th place. Is Behrman going to try and get past Verstappen? I don't think he will. He's way too far back. But we might start seeing pit stops though around. Now as Verstappen, with a huge job on over, Verstappen comes into the pits. So I thought he had an issue there. But thankfully not. Did I hear contact there? I think someone's gone off, has he? Yes, he has, and Stroll's out of the race. That's a huge shame and a huge damage for Lance Stroll. Through the final corner. Who's hit him then? Someone must have had damage. Is it Albon? It's Albon and Antonelli. So both of them are front wing damage. And oh, a huge off there for Zay Maloney. He almost run into the back of Alexander Albon. And he goes onto the sprint course almost. And Maloney almost took out Albon out there. If he goes off track again, we'll get a replay of that shortly. But we've got a battle for the lead. I think once pit stops have all happened, we'll start watching replays. Because more things can happen here. As Behrman tries to get past Lando Norris. Will he go down the inside into turn 8? No, he won't. And I think, we might see pit stops anyway. So not much point really focusing on battles. But I want to see what happens in this pit sequence. And then we will go back to watching replays. Where's Verstappen gone actually? He's fallen off a little bit. Did he pit or not? I don't think Verstappen's already pitted. As they go through the final corner and Behrman's off now! A huge crash! And there's a Ferrari as well off as well. Behrman's into the wall. And that is surely championship over for him. And he's been hit by someone. It wasn't even Hamilton. Hamilton just went off by himself, I think. And Behrman is being collected by someone. And that is Behrman's championship surely over. Antonelli comes into the pits of damage. But Oliver Behrman is out of this race and someone else gone off there. There is someone else off. Who's that off? Who else has gone off? Where is it? Sonoda? No. Is it Verstappen who's off? It is Verstappen! Another front-running contender is out of this race now. What is going on in Argentina? I told you there'd be incidents in the pit lane, and we've lost Behrman and Verstappen, 2 front-running candidates, in the space of a few laps. Norris is still yet to pit. I think Ocon has pitted, or has no, he's still on hard tyres, so I think these will have to come into the pit shortly. Lawson has no front wing, I don't think, so he's obviously been involved in something. Maybe to do with Verstappen, I'm not too sure, but it's Verstappen's front tyre that's gone. So, I don't know what's happened there. This is just chaotic. And Albon's out as well now. What's happened to Alex Albon? What on earth is going on? This is carnage in Argentina. Ocon leads the race as Norris comes into the pit. So does Lawson, of course. He had no front wing. That's George Russell in second place, a lap down. So he could actually unlap himself in a minute. If he can catch, if once Ocon pits, I think Russell will unlap himself. Because Russell was probably off strategy of everyone else. But no, Ocon will be off strategy as well. Because he pitted a lot later on than everyone else. I think he's pitted twice so far this race, actually. But he does lead. But my throat, hang on, let me have a quick drink. I've been shouting a lot. Oh, goodness me. This race is going chaotic. I mean, it already was chaotic. But how many people are out then? We've only got 15 still going. So first of all, it was Oscar Piastri that we saw off. So what happened to the Australian? He had no rear wing. So something must have happened to him. Did he already have no front wing? He did already have no front wing. How did I miss this? Is it here that he lost his front wing? I mean, it looked like he already had no front wing because he didn't see any damage. No, he did have a front wing there. I didn't see it come off. He just playing right into the back of Jack Doohan. It must have been. It was there. That was really weird. It's kind of just disappeared. And then Frederick Vesti, we saw with no front wing as well. Is this linked with the Oscar Piastri no rear wing? It very possibly is. Let's get a quick fast forward. I'm sure we'll see Piastri in a second. We do, and oh, for goodness sake. I think Vesti could be getting a penalty for that. Because it's not like anyone's obstructing his view. But I think, I don't know, maybe they'll still give him a penalty to pit and it didn't, because they're going to get like loads of penalties at this rate. I don't know. But it's just getting really messy. Anyway, next up is Lance Stroll. So what happened to the Canadian? Let's see. Oh no, the lap, still got another lap of it. Here we go. Stroll with huge damage. So he's obviously wanted to come into the pits. And then Antonelli crashes into him. And so does Alexander Albon. And it's huge damage. I'm assuming the two are still in it. Where are they? Oh, let's go on board with Albon. There's Maloney almost going off the track. I want to see that as well. I'm probably just missing a lot of racing currently. But I do want to get some replays. No, Antonelli would be better. Oh. Did Antonelli remove... Oh no, I thought both tyres were gone, to be fair. But clearly not. And oh, it's just weird driving, to be honest. And it's ruined both of their races. And then where's Zane Maloney then? I'm bored of him. He's obviously just seen what's happened. And then... he just doesn't expect Albon to break that early. Which is, I mean, he's got no front wing, so I'm not surprised he broke that early, but... yeah, anyway, next up, Oliver Behrman. Because his was huge. He almost flipped over. So very lucky for him. Unfortunately, I just don't see him coming back now in this championship. Especially with Lando Norris further in front. And, there we go, just missed it actually. Hamilton got spun by Piastri actually. And, who was it? It must have been Liam Lawson that did it. Typical Lawson, said Behrman on the radio. Don't really get why it's typical Lawson, but let's see. He just stops in front. That's poor from Behrman. He just stops in the middle of the corner. Really weird that. And then what happened to Hamilton? Was he spun by Piastri? I think he was. Okay, I'm not gonna go on. Okay, now I do need to go on board with Piastri. Hang on, let me just pause it. And Stroll to Piastri. Here he is. On board. Yeah, it's weird. Did Piastri lose his front wing from that? He did. That's another front wing damage from Piastri. That's his race ruined and probably championship ruined as well. Max Verstappen the next one. We'd already seen him pitted. He's on a fresh set of softs. And oh, that Albon. I think it was Albon. It's a huge accident. What on earth happened there? Oof, it's a huge hit. And is that why Albon retired then? Must have been. Yeah, Albon got huge damage. I'm not surprised if that did end up DNFing him. Yeah, it did. So then what actually happened there? 'Cause I did think I saw a Sauber possibly involved in that. I mean, it's a big hit that was. I want to go with Maloney and then on board with Verstappen. Yeah, but I hope you do know Albon's okay because he drove it back to the pits, but I don't feel a bit different than normal. So Maloney just drives into the back of him and then just pushed him off. I mean, I think Maloney could actually get a penalty for that, for a bit extra at the end there, but we'll see. Let's have one last replay, then we'll finally go back to live racing. How far back are we? It's a huge hit, about 10 minutes behind. Anyway, let's see how the front battle is going. Obviously, it'll be a different crowd. It's still Ocon who leads Jack Doohan now, and Charles Leclerc in third place. What's the gap? It's not that close. They're all pretty close to each other. Snowden in fourth place. So they are still quite close to each other. Ocon in the lead. Anyway, I'm going to go for a quick little break, and then I'll see you at the end of While I've been gone, I thought nothing would happen, but Doohan and Leclerc, both in front of Vettel and Ocon now. Is almost an off there. Ocon stays in second place though. He gets in front of Charles Leclerc, and Snowden pushes him round the outside though. And Ocon's tyres must be gone because he has been overtaken and dropping like a fly now. As Maloney has got a 10-second time penalty again for causing a collision. I thought we'd stop seeing penalties for weird pit lane offs, but apparently not. And where's Norris actually? Norris has gone off, I think. I'm getting told to rewind a little bit. Apparently Norris went off. He has gone off. What's happened here then? He's gone bored. He's in fifth place currently. And what on earth is Maloney doing there? Sorry, Maloney didn't get a penalty for the incident with Albon, by the way. I was reading the first penalty. So that's on me, but that was really strange. Let's go on board with the Barbadian. No, for goodness sake, I have to switch for this now. Here we go. So what happened there? He got Doohan in front of him, he gets into the curb, and just... That's a really strange one. Just tapped the wall, almost cut the whole track. It's lucky there's no barriers separating these two parts of the track. If they're actually close to the boggle there. Wait, no, that's the center S, sorry. Let's go off board of that. And just... Yeah, I think because actually, that could be the 10-second penalty that Maloney gets. And in fact, yeah, it's just come up another 10-second time penalty for Zane Maloney for causing a collision. And that I am not surprised about. quickly fast forward it. That's Lando Norris. He's fallen down a lot, and that could be huge for his championship. And currently, the points that he was getting over Russell has now been completely wiped out. Anyway, Charles Leclerc leading Doohan. I'm going to go for another quick break, and I'll see you after this one. And welcome back to Buenos Aires, where I had to go for a quick bathroom break, but we're back now. Yeah, Leclerc in front of Jack Doohan now, so can Leclerc win for the first time since the US Grand Prix last year? We will find out. Anyway, not really much happening now. All the front runners have gone. Berman's out, Verstappen's out, Stroll's out. Who else is out? Albon wasn't even front runner, was he? Norris has dropped off. Piastri's a lap down now. Hamilton has disappeared. Or is he in fifth? Or fourth? No, he's third. Verstappen's out, I already mentioned that. Like, George Russell's in 14th place. If there's another round of pit stop, he could end up being in the points at this rate. But, yeah, we are definitely on the closing stage of this race. There's over 15 laps to go. Doohan all over the back of Leclerc. Doohan, I mean, if he wins this race, and it stays how it is, he could definitely shoot himself back into title contention. You cannot rule that out from the Australian. You never know in F1 fantasy what can happen. And the man that won the British Grand Prix, the rookie that everyone ruled out before he even sat in the car. But he's currently trying to fight for his second win in Formula 1 in his debut season, and he takes the lead off of Charles Leclerc. Leclerc needs this win, more of a confidence booster than anything. I don't think he'll leave Ferrari, he'll get dropped despite this poor season. But he's in the title fight for the last 2 years, he isn't in it this year, but he still wants to win to just make the season not be a complete failure. his teammate behind him hasn't won since the French Grand Prix of 2023. He missed the whole of last year after retiring from the sport and then deciding to come back this year for Ferrari. He could even be possibly retiring again at the end of this year. But who knows what will happen. NASCAR 25 out finally on PC, by the way, so check that out if you do. It's quite a lot of money, but I've tried it already. It's a very good game. I do enjoy it already. So, yeah, of course, check that out if you haven't. If you're a NASCAR fan, I definitely recommend getting it. It's better than spending stupid amount of money on iRacing. Anyway, Doohan still in front. Hamilton up to second place, trying to win for the first time in about 2.5 years. And round the outside, and Hamilton takes lead off Doohan, and Ferrari could both get past Doohan. Because Leclerc have the inside line, there's a bit of wheel-to-wheel contact there, and Leclerc will force himself down the inside. And that's a great move. And by the way, Maloney has served his penalties. He is a long way back, but trying to catch up to Frederick Vesti. What's the gap currently? Where's Maloney? It's a huge gap. Yeah, I don't think Maloney's catching up, you know. I think it's a shame he's had pace all weekend long, but with 15 laps to go, he is almost a lap down. Let's see. Yeah, almost a lap down. Not quite, but it's close. I think he actually came out of the pits a lap down once he served the penalty, because that was when Ocon was leading. We were watching replays. But he had like a 20-second time penalty as well for the two incidents. That's the first pit stop of the race he had. Wait, no. Sorry, he had a 10-second time penalty. I forgot he served the first one originally. And he was quite far back anyway after crashing it off after crashing it into Lando Norris. That's Piastri, by the way, a lap down. Leclerc getting past Hamilton, and now Leclerc leads this race. None of these drivers winning will do much apart from Doohan. Tsunoda into 4th place as well. He did do with a good result today. Definitely do with that. Not just a confident booster. Of course, he won the Belgian Grand Prix earlier on this year, but he needs that win for the championship more than anything. But I feel like now all the front runners have fallen off a bit. This race isn't really like as good as it was before. I think unfortunately, just like in Belgium, the race has kind of gone downhill a bit. I'm sure I had contact there, but thankfully not. Ooh, Hamilton round the outside, and Hamilton back into this race. So Hamilton now going to try and win it. And where is Doohan come from? 'Cause I thought the gap was quite big, but he's just got in front of Hamilton, so good job from the Aussie there. He needs this win, as I've said before, more than anything really, to have any chance of a championship in his rookie season. Him and Behrman, 2 rookies in the championship fight. When have we ever seen that before, apart from Hamilton in 2007? The man in second place currently, almost 20 years ago now. It's crazy how long he's been in this sport for. Absolutely crazy. Anyway. And Leclerc will try and put a nose on his teammate, but it's not quite going to work out. But he'll have the slipstream towards turn 1. Actually, he pulled out of that slipstream, and I think he's already... No, it's not. That's Hamilton. So Leclerc will go around the outside. No, he won't. And Hamilton will try and dive down and Doohan will get overtaken by Lewis Hamilton. And Hamilton, out of nowhere, back into lead of this race. But it's not done just yet. But I think it will be going through turn 3. And it is. And Leclerc will try and get past him as well. But that won't work out. Piastri trying to unlap himself to get past Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc. Tsunoda as well, just watching on behind, hoping he takes one of them out. I was going to say, especially for Tsunoda's case, Doohan as that's onto the grass is Piastri. He almost went off there, thankfully not. But it's still Hamilton that leads, with Doohan in second, and now Piastri in front. Where's Leclerc shot down even behind Ocon? So, that's not Ocon, that's a V-carb, I think, of Liam Lawson. Apologies. Yeah, it is a V-carb, so Leclerc dropped off a bit. He's into 5th place now. Lawson in 4th. Lawson's had a great race so far. He's had to serve a 10-second time penalty as well. It's very good for him to be where he is, despite that. Hamilton as well, he had to serve a 10-second time penalty. He leads this race, so good on him, really. Good on him. Maloney, by the way, he's got the fastest lap of the race currently. He is flying as it stands. He's actually that far behind Vesti now. He's currently going through the final few corners. And where are our race leaders? There, like, he's definitely caught up to them. I mean, it's not going to matter, but he is flying and he has got the fastest lap. Which could take it away from, like, Norris or one of the other front runners. I mean, Norris is in the top 10 anyway, but... Like, he won't get the point in the fastest lap, because he isn't winning, but... Or he isn't in the top 10, but... Yeah. No, but, yeah, but... Poor Cher as well, he's doing very well. He's done well all weekend, actually. That sprint race where you just... That final lap in a sprint, you just got to watch it over and over again, really. As Lawson goes over the curb a bit there. Doing it, who leads. Piastri has managed to unlap himself, but it won't count to much, unfortunately. As who's that into the pits? Is that Antonelli or George Russell again? I think it's George Russell, unfortunately. That'll put him a lap down even further. Yeah, it is George Russell putting on a new set of softs. Does that mean that people are going to start having to come into the pits? I hope not, for the race's sake, because that might see some more crashes, but who knows? Who knows? Hamilton, though, looking very likely, if it stays like this and he doesn't have to pit, he could win this race. And the man with the Brazilian citizenship is technically his home Grand Prix next week. Can he win in Argentina? Across the border. Only across the river, I think. It was like Uruguay across the river. It might be Brazil. I'll have a look. Let's see. Buenos Aires? No, it's Uruguay across the river. I thought so. But Leclerc now in front of Doohan as well, as they're Lawson versus, is that Antonelli behind? Antonelli's doing well, if that is him. Because he had a lot of front wing damage this race. Here, it's Kimi Antonelli's in 4th place. That is huge from the Italian. After the amount of front rings he's had to replace this race, I'm very surprised about that. Very surprised indeed. Starting to well up into 10th place, I mean, it's kind of a fluke considering how many people are out of this race. But, I mean, there's 14 to 15 people left. 2 a lap down, though. There's only really 13, 12 if you count that Moni isn't really in contention. I think the top 12, no, Norris is still far back as well in 11th, so it's really the top 10. Anyway, Leclerc's now a lot closer to Hamilton, by the way. So we could see something happen between the two Ferraris. Hopefully for their sake. They've had a really poor season so far, so a 1-2 here could be huge for the team after a very disappointing year. But don't know though, because Doohan's going to try and make a move into turn 1. And is it going to work out? No, it's not, unfortunately. And they stay as they are. Still very closely. They gained a lot of time on Hamilton through turn 1 there. Could we see tyres starting to fall off? As I thought they went wide there, but not quite. In the closing stages now of this race. It's a bit longer than usual. Normally see about an hour and a half, but a little bit longer, but that's okay. They go through the flat out turn 7. The only real corner that kind of reminisces yesterday's race, and it's the part of the track that actually had a braking zone, so yeah. Of course, the circuit yesterday had 2 braking zones across the whole track, one of them being turn 4, one of them being the final penultimate corner, sorry. I think anyone could win this race, especially if we start to see pit stops. We don't this lap. So another one goes round. And it'll be 7 to go, crossing the line. We've got about 10 minutes of racing left. As is Leclerc going to go round the outside through turn 1. He's going to try it, and Leclerc will take the lead of the race. And that is Hughes Doohan versus Antonelli as well, just behind them. Who's going to get for 3rd place? It's Leclerc from Hamilton. Who will be 3rd? It's just going to be Antonelli, I think. The man who won a week ago, trying to win for 2 races in a row. And get his 2nd win of the season. What a race, what a result it will be for him if he can win both America's races. Imagine doing the America trip. I can't even talk. Imagine doing all 3 American races. That'd be crazy. But he's up to 3rd place now. It's just the 2 Ferraris. The Italian driver has just got the Italian manufacturer to get past. Then he'll lead this race as Portier, versus Tsunoda just further back. That'd be a good battle to watch. But it is Tsunoda who would say he's in front. So what is it at the moment? We have Leclerc, Hamilton, Antonelli, Doohan in 4th place, Lawson in 5th, Tsunoda in 6th place, Portier 7th, 8th place. I'm not too sure who that is. But as they go through the S's. One more time, has someone gone off? There's a huge crash, and that's Yuki Tsunoda off. And there's people coming to the pitch. Tsunoda's out of the race. I'm not sure who. It's Portier who hit him, I think, because Teo Portier's got no front wing, and there are people coming into the pitch. Is that Doohan with no rear wing? Doohan hasn't got a rear wing either. He hasn't, so someone's hit him as well. And we do see pit stops. This is what I feared would happen. More pit stops happening, and drama happening here. As the Ferraris going after each other, we'll get a replay probably at the end of the race. Hopefully, this doesn't happen again, but I fear the worst, unfortunately, that this could happen. But it's Hamilton in front of Leclerc now. Antonelli in 3rd, Lawson in 4th place. Tsunoda's out of it, unfortunately, and that's huge for his championship. That could be wraps for him as well, with 3 races to go. And we're on lap 70 and 75. It'll be 5.5 to go, really. Just under 5.5, sorry. But just Tsunoda's been doing so well all race long. It's a huge shame just at the end of it to be completely taken out by, I think, Teo Portier. And also Doohan as well. That could be his championship over, considering he has to have a rear wing replaced. As we go through the S's. Oh no, the Ferrari's going to take out. And who's that out? Charles Leclerc's out and Hamilton spun round. to the Ferraris. No, hit him! And Hamilton's out as well, and Drogovic is off. Hamilton's still going. But now Drogovic is out as well. Hamilton's still in it somehow. But no, Hamilton's got engine issues, I think. I think Hamilton could be out. We could see both Ferraris out of this race, maybe. Drogovic is off. Leclerc's off. And Ferrari have gone from a 1-2 to a double DNF in the space of a few seconds. And he is out of the race. Hamilton's race is done. Liam Lawson currently wins. He hasn't won since the Japanese Grand Prix of last year. And I just can't believe it. We'll get a replay of that shortly. But both Ferraris have gone from possibly winning and changing how their season's gone from a failure to a bit of a success to nothing. They still haven't won a race this year. And with 3 races to go, you just can't write it for them. Unbelievable. You could just tell that was going to happen as soon as we saw them slowing down. And you got to feel for them. With 5 laps to go, Lawson has a huge lead. But he might have to pit again. We'll see what happens. If he stay out, he stays out. Agnelli taking place. He's not got a front wing though, as he's get spun by his teammate. With that teammate, I think it was a lap down to Agnelli with no front wing. I think he's what happened to Charles Leclerc. But out of absolutely nowhere, Zane Maloney's in 3rd place. His tyres must be absolutely gone, considering how much he's been pushing. He's got the fastest lap currently, the 1:14.5. That's the fastest lap by a long way. But it's Liam Lawson from Agnelli who's pitted, so it'll be Zane Maloney who crosses the line in 2nd place, with 4 to go. And we could see either Liam Lawson winning for the first time in a year and a half, Zane Maloney winning for the first time in his career, Ocon for the first time in about a year. Sainz hasn't won since, I think, 2023 for the, what was it, Austrian Grand Prix. Yeah, the man's had such a poor season so far. He's currently up there. He's just been passed by Frederick Vessi, though, who won a few weeks ago at Bahrain for his first win of his career. The man in the Williams currently. I just can't write this race. And we could have a first-time winner, just like last week. Just like the race before that. Could we have 3 first-time winners? And Lawson will pit. So Lawson's slowing down. He's coming in, almost clobbered by Russell there. So Russell will find himself no longer a lap down. And Zane Maloney, what's he going to do? Because his tyres must be even worse than everyone else. Ocon's just behind. He hasn't won since the Indian Grand Prix of last year. And that was a late battle for that win. And Maloney stays out, so it'll be 3 laps. Can he hold on? Or will Ocon catch up to him? I mean, Lawson had the gap. He could have actually... No, he won't. Lawson will be behind, unfortunately. But he could just come out of the pits. I think he'll be in front of Vesti. No, he won't. And Sainz as well doing quite well. No, Lawson will come out in front of Vesti! Goodness me, Lawson. Jeez. That was close. Ocon now chasing down the Sauber. As these two fighting for it as well. Vesti going to go down the inside on Lawson, is he? He sends one. And Vesti, who's trying to get Cadillac on board of him. The man who drives the Cadillac in IMSA currently. He'll go round the outside. And is he going to make it work? He does. No, he doesn't. Lawson does stay in front of him. And Lawson, if he wants that Red Bull seat next year, I don't think he'll get it. But, I mean, the Red Bull Junior in the V-Carb is in 3rd place. But Ocon is right behind Zane Maloney now. And Ocon's tyres must be so much better considering he had his off strategy to everyone else. I mean, technically so is Maloney, but not by much. The man, he's had 20 seconds of penalties this race. Ocon is right behind him, and with 2 laps to go, he'll have to be the Barbados Minister of Defence. As he goes to start the 2 laps to go now, it'll be the penultimate lap. White flag next time by, as they cross the line. Who's going to win it? He'll go down the inside, and Ocon takes the lead. Will Maloney fight back? I don't think he can. I don't think he has the tyres to. And I think this race is Ocon's. This weekend will be Ocon's. The man that won the sprint yesterday from pole is going to try it down the inside. Goes Maloney. He's so close. They bang wheels, and Ocon goes onto the curb. Maloney wants this win, and he's going to use all the tyres he has left. Even if he gets a puncture, I think he won't care. He wants this race win. In what could it be? One of the last starts of his career. If he moves permanently to Formula E next year. Is he going to try it? He won't. He's got the hairpin, and then he's got one more lap after that. Will he send one? He won't send one through turn 7. Turn 8, sorry. I know I haven't really been using corner names this race. That's because I don't really want to speak Spanish, which I will fail miserably at pronouncing stuff. Cajon's easy, though. He gets a bit of grass, though, and I think this could be Ocon, unless Maloney can try his best to catch up to him, because his tyres must be gone. He goes into the grass again and onto the curb. He'll send it, will he? He goes for the move into the final corner. It's not going to work out, though. And the white flag is out, and we have one more left to go. He'll try it down the inside into one. He's slipstreamed him. And Lawson's watching a bit further back in case anything happens between them. Maloney back into the lead of this race through turn 1. And we've got less than a lap now for Ocon to try and get back into the lead. Maloney goes a bit wide there. His tyres must be completely gone. But he's got enough tyres to get the move past Ocon. If we go through 3, 4, 5 and 6 now. Ocon back down the inside through 6. And Ocon will try it. But it's not going to work out. Turn 7's flat out. Surely not into this one. He'll try it though. Norris up into 4th place, by the way. That's huge for the championship. There's contact between them. Ocon down inside through 7. Through 8 though, Maloney will get it. And he's going to back into the lead of the race. He's trying to be the first man from Barbados to win a Formula 1 Grand Prix. And it looks like he could do it. He's only got a few corners left to go now. I think Ocon's last chance is the final penultimate corner. It'll be the hairpin where he got the win in the sprint yesterday. But I don't think it's going to work out. He's just too far back. And he rounds the final corner for Zane Maloney. Will Ocon send one? He tries it. He almost goes deep into the back of Maloney. It's not going to work out. And he rounds the final corner. Zane Maloney wins the Argentinian Grand Prix. And he's the first man from Barbados to win a Grand Prix. He is a Grand Prix winner in what could be one of his last starts in Formula 1. It's the first time winner in a row as he goes straight on. I think he's doing a celebratory lap through the sprint race track. I think he is. Oh, that's great camera work. Yeah, he is. He wants to celebrate that. Lando Norris, though, in 4th place. That's 12 points over George Russell. That will make the gap now, how many? I'm just trying to do the quick math in my head. 14 points going into Brazil. Doing in with 2 points. Russell got 10th in the end, so actually, no, it'll be 13 points. Going into the Grand Prix next week in Brazil at Curitiba. Piastri in 11th place. He'll be the only driver to finish the race and not score it. I think Hamilton, Drugovich and Leclerc will still be classified. I need to get a replay of what happened to all of these lot. But what a race we had there at the end of it. That was a brilliant racing. Absolutely outstanding. Anyway, we've got some replays to watch. Firstly, it's Yuki Tsunoda. What happened to him? We saw it live. And his poor chair is going to run to the back of him. He is. And that's a huge shame for Tsunoda, whose championship now I think is over. Let's see. Oh, it's a 2-into-1 for poor chair. He's the reason that doing lost the front wing. As there's a Mercedes spinning out there as well. Which one was that? Is that George Russell or Antonelli? It's George Russell. Oh, so... Oh, it's just... Poor chair, man. I mean, it's just a mess, really. Anyway, next up, it's the Ferraris. And I think it was Antonelli. No, it was Liam Lawson, maybe, that spun them, if I remember correctly. No, it wasn't Lawson. I think it was Antonelli. Let's see. Into the toboggan. And it's just an accident waiting to happen, really. I'm on board with Leclerc. Did he hit his teammate in the end? No, he didn't. So what actually happened to Hamilton then? think I bought a Drogovic. That's what ruined the Brazilians race. Hamilton just lose it on his own. And, oh, it's a horrible hit for Hamilton. Surprised he's out of the rear of the car, to be honest. And what actually happened to him then? Did he spin it by himself? No, I think it's the other two just coming in. And then, yeah, it's Lawson that kind of made the spin happen. And, yeah, good one, Lewis. Idiot. Anyway, that's it really. So let's go through your results for that run. No, it's not. Race isn't finished yet. Gotta fast forward a bit more. There we go. So let's go through your results then. Colapinto, Gasly, Stroll, Behrman, Verstappen, Albon, Tsunoda, Leclerc, Drogovic and Hamilton all failing to finish. And it's huge for Behrman, it's huge for Tsunoda. Both their championships ruined. Piastri as well. I think his championship could be over. Russell, he's still 13 points behind going to Brazil next week. We'll get an updated championship standings at the end of this, or probably not at the end of the race, but soon, hopefully going to Brazil. Doohan in 9th, I think, yeah, over. Pourchaire 8th, Vesti 7th, Antonelli 6th, Sainz in 5th place. It's a good result for him, how poor he's been this year. Norris in 4th place, a huge 12 points after the off he had with Maloney. Lawson in 3rd place, a good podium for him. Ocon in 2nd, he's continuing some good form he's had recently. And then Zane Maloney, for the first time in his career, is a Grand Prix winner. We'll be back next week, of course, as I did say earlier on. The sprint race is cancelled next week, but it's still a normal Grand Prix. So qualifying at 7 PM UK time and the Grand Prix at 6 PM UK time. It's the exact same schedule as this weekend. So we'll see you for that one. Goodbye.